Hello there, hobby homies. I'm back again. Figured we open one of these. Let's see what kind of goodies we get. I got all that glory here. First pack, homies. What are we gonna pull? How about Titan Hunter? At the beginning of each player's end step, if no creatures died this turn, Titan Hunter deals 4 damage to that player. 1 in a black, sacrifice a creature you gain 4 life. Monster or human, my rate's the same. That's what he be saying. Genesis Ultimatum. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into your hand. Exile Genesis Ultimatum. By Whirlwind of Thought with some shimmer and some shine. Got the precious on it. Whenever you cast a non-creature card spell, draw a card. Aluna, Apex of Wishes. Mutate for a lot of cards, like a lot right there. Let's see if we can get it to maybe right there. Yeah, good enough. You get the gist. Flying Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. Rodan, Titan of Winged Fury. Mutates, got a lot there to mutate. See that going on right there? Flying First Strike. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That's Rodan, Titan of Winged Fury. Then we got a Shimmy Shimmy Cloud Piercer. What's next? Dreamtail Hera. Extinction Event. Choose odd or even. Exile each creature with converted mana cost of the chosen value. Karuga, the Macro Sage. It's got the precious on it. Companion, your starting deck contains only cards with converted mana cost 3 or greater and land cards. If this card is your chosen companion, you may cast it once from outside the game. When Karuga, the Macro Sage, enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other permanent you control with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Gem Razor. Mutate for 1 or 2 greens. Reach Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Destoroyah, Perfect Life Form. Mutate for 3 and a red, flying. Whenever this creature mutates, create a red artifact token named Feather with 1. Sacrifice Feather, return target Phoenix card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And there's the Shore Shark with the shine on it too. Kind of like a Jabberjaw, huh? Anybody know who Jabberjaw is? The real Jabberjaw. Hanna-Barbera Jabberjaw. Called a Coppercoats. Strive. This spell costs 1 and a white more to cast for each target beyond the first. Choose any number of target opponents. Create X1/1 white human creature or human soldier creature tokens where X is the number of creatures those opponents control. Kogla the Titanate. When Kogla the Titanate enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Whenever Kogla attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. One in a rare, one in a green. I can see that, I promise. Return target human you control to its owner's hand. Kogla gains indestructible until end of turn. Kennen, Bonder Prodigy. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. 5 a green and a blue. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's got the shine on it. Endeth the Triome. It's a land. King Caesar, Ancient Guardian. It's got the platinum hits on it. Mutate for 2 and a white. Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Big King Caesar. And there's a shiny Dreamtail Heron on that Heron. Look at you petting this little cat. That's a big cat. He's like, come here, kitty kitty. We got some food for you. Dismantling Wave. For each opponent, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Cycling 6 and 2 whites. Discard this card, draw a card. When you cycle Dismantling Wave, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Drannith Magistrate. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. He's spelling with his hands right now. Look at him. Zerda the Dawnwaker. Got the foil on that one too. Companion. Each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. If this card is your chosen companion, you may cast it once from outside the game. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. 1 and tap. Target creature can't block this turn. Rogren Triome. It's a land. BioQuartz Space Godzilla. Mutate for a lot. 2 greens. Black, blue, 2. Trample. You may cast Brokos Apex of Forever from your graveyard using its mutate ability. Shimmy, shimmy. Cocoa Pop. There we go. Boot Nipper. Oh, there it is. Scary YouTube eye. Curious Herd. Choose target opponent. You create X 3/3 green beast creature tokens, where X is the number of artifacts that player controls. Colossification. Enchant creature. When Colossification enters battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +20/+20. Mythos of Aluna. It's got the shine on it. Create a token as a copy target permanent. If red and green was spent to cast this spell, instead create a token that's a copy of that permanent, except the token has, when this permanent enters battlefield, if it's creature, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Everquill Phoenix. Mutate 3 in a red, flying. Whenever this creature mutates, create a red artifact token named Feather with 1. Sacrifice Feather. Return target Phoenix card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Baby Godzilla. Ruin Reborn. Each creature spell you cast costs 1 less cast if it has mutate. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if it has mutate, draw a card, then discard a card. And there's the same Everquill Phoenix, but it's got the shine on it this time. Herald of the Forgotten. Flying, when Herald of the Forgotten enters the battlefield, if you cast it, return any number of target permanent cards with cycling abilities from your graveyard to the battlefield. Fronland Felidar. Vigilance. Creatures you control with Vigilance have 1 and tap. Tap target creature. Bonder's Enclave. It's got the shine. It's a land. Draw a card. Activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Snapdax. Apex of the Hunt. Mutate to black red. White. Double strike. Whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. Mothra. Supersonic Queen. It's got the precious all over. Look at it, real shiny, pretty like. Flying, whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. There's another shore shark. Cathedral Aspect Warper. When Cathedral Aspect Warper enters the battlefield, put a flying counter on any creature you control if a creature card in your graveyard has flying. Repeat this process for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. Then put a +1/+1 counter on Cathedral for each counter put on a creature this way. Skycat Sovereign. Flying. Skycat Sovereign gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with flying. 2 white and a blue. Create a 1/1 white cat bird creature token with flying. Yadaro Wandering Monster. It's got the shine. There it is. Trample Haste, cycling 1 and a red. When you cycle Yadaro Wandering Monster, shuffle it into your library from your graveyard. If you've cycled a card named Yadaro Wandering Monster 4 or more times this game, put it onto the battlefield from your graveyard instead. Zaggle Triome. I think we got that one already, didn't we? I'm not complaining. Baby Godzilla with the shimmer and the shine. We got that one already, but I don't think it was shined up like that. I don't think it had the turtle wax on it. Vitality Hunter, Lifelink, X2 white, Monstrosity X. If this creature isn't monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. When Vitality Hunter becomes monstrous, put a lifelink counter on each of up to X target creatures. There's Zerda the Dawnwaker in a different format type card, Dilio. Lutri the Spell Chaser, Champ Companion. Each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. If this card is your chosen companion, you may cast it once from outside the game. Flash. When Lutri the Spell Chaser enters the battlefield, if you cast a copy target instant or sorcery spell you control, you may choose new targets for the copy. Dirge Bat. Mutate for 2 blacks. Flash, flying. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. Godzilla Primeval Champion. Trample, cycling 1 and a green. When you cycle Titan Roth Rex, put a trample counter on target creature you control. Necropanther. Wow. Nascent Metamorph creature, shapeshifter. Whenever Nascent Metamorph attacks or blocks, target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Nascent Metamorph becomes a copy of that card until end of turn. Then that player puts all cards revealed this way on the bottom of their library in a random order. Whirlwind of Thought. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Cheville Bane of Monsters. Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Vivian, Monsters Advocate. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Put your choice of vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on it. When you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. There's a shiny Reynolds Wrap, Space Godzilla, Death Corona. Death Touch, cycling 2 and a black. When you cycle Void Beckoner, put a Death Touch counter on target creature you control. Clean that up a little bit. We all gravy now. The Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if the Ozolith has counters on it, you may move all counters from the Ozolith onto target creature. Inspired Ultimatum. Got the shine on it. Target player gains 5 life. Inspired Ultimatum deals 5 damage to any target. Then you draw 5 cards. Cub Warden. Mutate 2 and 2 white. Lifelink. Whenever this creature mutates, create 2 1/1 white creature tokens. Creature white 2/1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. I got it out. Can't laugh anymore. Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. Mutate. There's a lot of cards there. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Flying Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until it exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. Ravenous Gigantotherium. Devour 3. At the enter, as this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters on it. When Ravenous Gigantotherium enters the battlefield, it deals X damage divided as you choose among up to X target creatures, where X is its power. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its power to Ravenous Gigantotherium. Another Inspired Ultimatum. Another Ozolith. It's just a different pick. Kitria Triome. Saland. Oh, there's another Space Godzilla. Death Corona. Last pack, homies. What we gonna get? Ooh, we gonna get something good because it doesn't want to open. You know what that means? It means that's where they hid all the treasure. Xyrus, the Writhing Storm, flying. Whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw on each of their draw steps, create a 1/1 green snake creature token. Whenever Xyrus, the Writhing Storm, deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each draw that many cards. Umori the Collector. Companion, each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. As Umori the Collector enters the battlefield, choose a card type. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Death's Oasis. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a creature card with lesser converted mana cost than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. 1. Sacrifice Death's Oasis. You gain life equal to the greatest converted mana cost among creatures you control. Sea Dasher Octopus. Mutate 1 in a blue. Flash. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Got another King Caesar right there. Ancient Guardian. And that's gonna do it, homies. We'll zip through these again real quick, like the program. King Caesar, Ancient Guardian. Sea Dasher Octopus, Death's Oasis, got the shine on it. Umori the Collector, Xyrus the Writhing Storm, Space Godzilla, Death Corona, Ketria Triome, Osiris, got the shimmy on it. Inspired Ultimatum, Ravenous Gigantotherium, Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos, Cub Warden. Inspired Ultimatum, that one's got the art on it and the shimmy. Another Osiris, that's the different art. Space Godzilla, Death Corona, got the precious on it. Vivian, Monsters Advocate, Cheville, Bane of Monsters, got some shine. Whirlwind of Thought, Nascent Metamorph, Godzilla Primeval Champion, Dirge Bat, Lutri the Spell Chaser's got some shine on it. Zerta the Dawn Waker, Vitality Hunter, Baby Godzilla, Ruin Reborn's got some more shimmy. Zagath Triome, Yadaro, Wandering Monster, it's got the Reynolds wrap. Skycat Sovereign, Cathril Aspect Warfare, Mothra, Supersonic Queen, it's got the precious on it too. Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt, Bonder's Enclave, real shimmery. Frontland Felidar, Herald of the Forgotten, Everquill Phoenix, got some shine. Baby Godzilla, Ruin Reborn, regular. Then there's the Everquill Phoenix, and the regular. Mythos of Luna, shimmy. Classification, Curious Herd, Bioquart, Space Godzilla, Rogrin Triome, Zerta the Dawn Waker, it's got some shine. Dranith Magistrate, Dismantling Wave, King Caesar, Ancient Guardian, that one's got some shine on it. End of the Triome, Keenan, Bonder Prodigy, his shimmies. Kobla the Titanate, Call the Copper Coats, Destroya, Perfect Life Form, Gem Razor, Karuga the Macro Sage with the Sport Flicks. Extinction Event, Rodan Titan of Winged Fury, Aluna Apex of Wishes, Whirlwind of Thought, got the foil. Genesis Ultimatum, and Titan Hunter. That's what we got out of that box. You know how it goes, Twitter, at Hobby Homie. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.